Hello, everyone. Hope you all are having a great day. My name is Gibson McClung, and I am presenting Morning to Night Active Citizenship in Our Daily Lives. So, being an active citizen in a daily life doesn't mean chanting things that you believe in or marching in Washington, D.C. It means something different to all of us, but in its core, it's your rights, your responsibilities, and your connections. This means that you can be an active citizen by walking your neighbor's dog, or helping your grandfather out if his car was broke, or even helping your parents make dinner. Being an active citizen is the small acts throughout the day, just as much as the big acts that other people do throughout their lifetimes. So the first part is your rights as a citizen. So your rights expand doing things for everyone and can be minimized to helping those around you. This isn't to say that others aren't important, but some people feel like they can't be a true citizen unless they help a large group or the majority of the people in our country. But just by helping a small few of those people, you're doing your right as a citizen. For example, in the book The House on Mango Street, in the last chapter of the book, Esperanza leaves Mango Street, but in doing so, she also makes a vow to not forget the people that are still there on Mango Street. And she vows to herself that she will return for those less fortunate enough to have to stay there, because this is her right, even though she can't help everyone else out right now. She knows that later on in the future, when she has a job and a sustainable income, that she will be able to help them when they need it. A second part of this is your responsibility as a citizen. Now, your responsibility as a citizen is another way that you can be an active citizen, by taking your responsibilities and bringing them to their fullest potential. You're serving as a citizen because you're doing what needs to be done, not just for yourself. You're not just in this all for yourself, but you're doing this for others. It's your responsibility to help others, not just yourself. You could be helping yourself, but it's not what you're thinking about. You're helping others because it's your responsibility, to help others. For example, in the Constitution of the Iroquois Nations, the women have a responsibility over the land that their families live on. So that's one of the jobs of the women. They look over the land of their families, and they have a responsibility over the entirety of the nations of the Iroquois because they are put in that position. It's their responsibility. They were born into it. They were chosen to do this. They were chosen to lead. So that is why they're there. It's their responsibility. And this shows that they have a huge, massive burden on them to bear. But even with everything going on, let's say the home life is not as great as it could be, or the nations aren't as thriving as much as they could, but they push on anyways because life doesn't slow down. But because of their responsibilities, they know that they must persevere. So with their responsibility to their people, they are strong people. They have to be strong people so that their nation can thrive, even if it's not thriving. And everyone sees them as that thriving nation, those powerful women in charge, that they will persevere. It's their responsibility. The third and final point of being an active citizen even if you don't think you are, is the connections. Now, connections play a huge role in being an active citizen. Having people in your life and having a connection with them brings out that part in people. Having connections like that is, you need connections for life. That's just how life goes. You can't do everything by yourself. So that part, having those connections and having those people in your life, brings out the aspect in people that makes them a true citizen. The relationship that you have with others drives us to be a better citizen, because everyone obviously at some point has had parents, but some people's parents have passed away, sadly. Well, others haven't. So some people can't sympathize with others, but some can. They can empathize with them, and they can show them how they overcame that grief with those connections, because they're connected in that way. For example, in Bad Indians, Deborah speaks of her connection with her people. She talks about her connection with her grandfather, Tomas, and his stories on his cassette tapes, and the detail that she goes into and shows how he grew up in that time and how she feels connected to that because she is living sort of those repercussions in her own life. And her connection with her grandfather just shows us why she cares so deeply about her heritage, because she is so deeply connected to it that she doesn't want other people having to go through what her past families have gone through, her past people. She's heard the story, she's felt the hardships from it, and she knows what they went through. She knows how the world has impacted them. And now she doesn't want anyone to feel that way because of the connections that she had. Those connections make her a true citizen because she knows people have been hurt in the past and her people have been hurt in the past. But for her to transcend beyond that and say, it's my right responsibility with my connections to become a true citizen, I need to help those who have also gone through hardships like my family, so that other families don't have to go through those hardships that my family went through, which I think is it's very well. So the approach that I went to was classism. So classism is an approach that is it's an approach that I chose for this presentation, obviously. But this plays into being an active citizen because some people don't think they do enough because they simply don't have enough. They have this mindset that they need to give more, they can do more. And people that are affected by classism think that because they aren't wealthy, and so they don't think they can help others. So they think they're all pushed down. And this is due to the perception of being worth. They don't think that they're worth anything. So when they watch TV and see someone like Jeff Bezos giving millions of dollars to help fund COVID-19 reliefs, they think, oh, I'm so small, I can't do anything. But this has shown, and my presentation has shown, that that is not true. Any small act is being a citizen. Any small act. It does not matter how small. And with all these points, the main point is being an active citizen doesn't mean helping everyone. It means just helping. You can help one person, but you can still be a citizen that way. It takes one person to stand up and help others, whether that be helping someone find their lost pet, or asking someone how their day was, or even like picking up a piece of trash off the side of the road that someone else doesn't have to do. Your rights, your responsibilities, and your connections are what make you a citizen, and acting on those points, acting on your rights, your responsibilities, and your connections are what make you a true citizen. thank you for watching. Thank you, everybody, for a great year, and hope you have a safe and amazing summer. Thank you.